Greetings and salutations, fine people. I'm Patti Alvarez. Welcome to The Good Soul, a show where we'll have supercharged chats with everyday humans from all walks of life and unpack what in their story will inspire us all. We'll extract the untapped wisdom, distill it, and serve it up to you in all the right ways that will engage, enlighten, and most of all, inspire growth within your soul. I think people are awesome. So join me on this journey through the hearts and minds of ordinary people to uncover the good soul within you. This is The Good Soul. Welcome to The Good Soul, episode 45, titled Intentions, Manifestations, and All Things Self-Help. I'm your host, Patti Alvarez, and I'm super excited for this episode. One of my strongest passions is working on getting better at life and learning how to be the best version of me, because let's face it, it's one of the few things we can control. So I love a shiny, fresh new year. As we step into 2025, it's the perfect time to reflect on our aspirations, set our intentions, and harness our very own power to curate a happy and fulfilling life for ourselves, despite our circumstances. In my experience, no matter what life throws at me, I'm always met with a very good reason why it happened on the other side. So, did you know that around 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February?
I thought you were doing closer.
Yeah, no, those statistics might seem daunting, but they also highlight an incredible truth. It's not about how many start the journey, but how many choose to persist. We have the power to beat the odds. We are the architects of our lives. I'm such a strong believer in this. And in this episode, we'll explore some of the powerful humans, tools, and events that have inspired me throughout my journey. We'll look at the art of setting magical and meaningful intentions and how to harness the energy of manifestation to create the life you envision. It's not about just making resolutions. It's about crafting a life filled with purpose and possibility based on the things you love. So everybody, welcome to episode 45. If you're ready for a self-induced glow up and you want to set yourself up to overcome challenges and ignite your inner strength, stay with us. Let's embark on this transformative journey together as we enter a new year where every intention has the potential to become what? An extraordinary reality. I can promise you this. Throughout your 2025, Manny and I here at Good Soul, we are here for you wholeheartedly, right, baby?
Right on, kiddo. Right on. You know what? I got you 100%.
Oh, well, listen.
110.
I want to thank you because you're probably one of my most valuable tools in my quest for greatness.
Your arsenal, little arsenal there going in the.
You're in my I have my toolbox. Manny is one of my best kept secrets. So, guys, thank you all for being here. I would like to consider myself somewhat of an aficionado of self-help. While I'm certainly no J-Lo and I'm not necessarily have conquered the world yet, I do feel as though I'm one of those people who really, when I make a decision and I want to do something, I move at full force.
Oh,
Don't you know it, honey?
I know it.
And why is that? Well, certainly I've had a lot of blessings throughout my life, most notably my parents and a really strong and charmed kind of blessed upbringing, but also a lot of hard work. I mean,
hustler.
Yeah, I'm a hustler, that's for sure.
Without a doubt.
And I love learning and I love growing. So I want to go over with everybody some of the things that I've used, starting way back. Patti, probably I would say Patti, when I was in my early 20s. Not so I was watching television one night and I embraced an infomercial. And on that infomercial was the one and only Tony Robbins. And I think Tony Robbins, more than anybody, major inspiration. He set me up for a tremendous amount of success. And he's probably the foundation of this toolbox that I've developed. The first thing I did was I bought a book called Awaken the Giant Within. And I'm going to read to you the thing that really struck me in the book, The Awaken the Giant Within. And it's called by Tony Robbins.
Okay.
And it's called The Optimist Club Creed. So the Optimist Club Creed reads as follows. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind, to talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet, to make all of your friends feel that there is something in them, to look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true, to think only of the best, to work only for the best, and to expect only the best, to be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own, to forget the mistakes of the past and press on to greater achievements of the future, to wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living creature you meet a smile, to give so much to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others, to be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble.
That's good. That's good. That's bright and happy and trying to look for the best in everyone, or yourself, that is.
They're great guidelines to live by.
The best in yourself.
So what I did following reading this book was I called my daddy-o, who was an extraordinary man, and I told him about a seminar called Unleash the Power Within. And it was a 4-day workshop, and I wanted to go down to Washington, D.C., so my father gave me a check. It was for $500, which is what the cost of the seminar was at the time. I think it's a lot more. I'm sure it's a lot more now. And I got in the car and I drove myself down to Washington, D.C. And I spent 4 days at this workshop with Tony Robbins and probably 800 other like-minded people. I walked on hot coals. We set all kinds of intentions. Yeah, it's funny. If you've ever been to a Tony Robbins seminar, you come out and they put on loud music and they have motivators and you're dancing and everybody gets everybody going. Yeah, and he comes out and you're like, oh, it's like you see God. And then before you know it, everybody's he brings everybody to all different places emotionally. Yeah, like there's it's a total, like at one point everybody in the room was hysterically crying. Another point
we're 2 seconds dancing. Later everybody's laughing with tears in their eyes still.
So I think if you're feeling lost, I think Tony Robbins it's non-denominational. He doesn't get spiritual, so it doesn't eliminate any religious or anything like that. But that catapulted me into, at a very young age, opening up a clothing store with my sister, and parlayed that into, talk about manifesting my dreams, into Funk and Standard. Yeah, which was kind of my initial claim to fame, I would say. It was a very successful, nice store. Fun store. Yeah. But coming out...
And a lot of people that are, well-known, too, used to go there.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
that's all part of the dream, too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and those were fun things, little things like, Bruce Springsteen would come in and Bon Jovi would come, and we had Governor Whitman in. But another thing that was fun, too, is we had our bags. I don't know if you even know this or not. Our bags were orange mesh bags. They were red, but they were orange bags.
And I remember orange.
I would pull into Red Bank and I would walk down the street, or drive down the street as the store was open if I wasn't there, and I would see people walking around with these orange bags, and it was like, oh my God, it was like seeing a Tiffany bag, but it was a funk bag, and it made me
like
really happy.
Bag. Cool.
Yeah. So guys, days aren't always of wine and roses. Things happen, things come crashing down. And up until this point, I didn't have a tremendous need for self-help. I just wanted to be more successful. And I was kind of forced into it. At the time, it was torture.
You're saying forced, but look at this.
Well, now, but I'm talking 25 years ago. So, guys, we're going to wrap up segment 1. In segment 2, I'm going to talk to you about my self-proclaimed dark ages and the things that I did in my life to pick myself back up and be a self-starter. So don't go away. We'll see you for segment 2, episode 45 on The Good Soul. Thanks for being here. This segment of The Good Soul is brought to you by Aaron Fisnick, certified luxury home specialist with Ivester Jackson Christie's International Real Estate. Aaron serves all levels of the greater Lake Norman region real estate market, and whether buying or selling, she is very much the lady who will deliver like no other. Many of us at Good Soul are also really happy clients. Aaron can be reached at 704-728-5657 or reach out to me and I'll get you guys connected. Thank you, Aaron Fisnick, and thank you guys for tuning in and supporting The Good Soul. Welcome back, everybody, to The Good Soul, episode 45, titled Intentions, Manifestations, and All Things Self-Help. So in the first segment, we covered a little bit about my history and what sparked my passion for the self-help journey. And I think most of all, it's to live a happy and fulfilling life. I am a strong believer in harnessing our own power, and it is no one else's responsibility, including the Lord up above, to nourish my happiness, right? That is my job to manifest, cultivate all the good things that come to me. And I enjoy doing it. So coming off of Funk and Standard, as things started to kind of get weak business-wise, I would read all kinds of business books. I picked up a book called Sacred Commerce, and it was written by a couple, and I can't remember their names, but they owned cafes in Los Angeles and San Francisco called Cafe Gratitude. LA. I love LA. So in this book, Sacred Commerce, which if you're in business and are a spiritual person, it's a great book to read. I read a passage from George Bernard Shaw, and I read it often in class at the end to my students, and I'd like to read it to you today. It's quite moving and very powerful, and I read it often to myself just to kind of lift myself up. And it says the following: a splendid torch. This is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as the mighty one, the being of a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community. As long as I live, it is my privilege to do whatever I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. Getting emotional. For the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle for me. It is sort of a splendid torch, which I've got to hold on for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations. Again, that was George Bernard Shaw. So as my business started to fail and things started to kind of twist down the drain, again, I was pulling out all the stops. And I would do all kinds of workshops and so forth and so on. I ended up going to let me backtrack a little bit. I ended up curating this journal.
Oh, you journal.
And it started with the book. Another really simple read and a powerful book I find is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It's always been very inspirational. Yeah, Rhonda Byrne is great. So what I did in this book, and it's as you can see, it's torn apart. No, I don't want it rebonded. That's part of it, honey. It's pictures. I can't get this first page open.
Don't affect nothing.
It's pictures. Like there's my dad and me as a kid, and that just all kinds of random things and random quotes. And let me see. Like my Kimmy, who worked for me at Funk, Red Bank, and Westfield, said to me once, if you don't like something in your life, change it. If you want something in your life, go get it, which I think is really cool. There's all kinds of things. So all kinds of quotes. I have a picture of Madonna. I think it's kind of funny. My mom and my sisters. This is really funny. I have a P. Diddy in this. I was like, ooh, I might want to cover that one
right now.
Every once in a while,
just a little heavy right now. We don't want to.
Yeah, but this is a fun, and every once in a while, I would say every year or so, I'll get to check something off, whether it's I want a watch or I want a certain car. You see my G-Wagon here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know. Manny doesn't like the milk truck. And I just want to read, I don't do this a lot, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and just read a little bit of this.
Okay, make sure.
And
it's out there now.
I don't want you to take this as I think I'm anything, but these are the things I aspire to be. So this passage I wrote is titled, "I'm a Goddess," and I write the definition. So a female being of supernatural powers or attributes believed in, or now I don't want to be worshipped. So often a goddess, a female being, is to be the source of life and being worshipped as the principal deity in various religions. An image of female supernatural being an idol. So I write, I'm a goddess. I have the utmost faith in my capabilities. I'm grateful for the gifts I've been given. It is my ability to relish in my own peace, faith, strength, and happiness that moves me upward. I radiate that energy to those who surround me, and that keeps my spirit fulfilled and my life force strong. So yada, 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 yada. I could go on and on.
Okay, you wrote that last one?
I did. Yeah.
Look at you. How old?
I was probably like 34 when I wrote it.
No. I'm just saying, not doing anything. Just get the binding so it stays together.
All right.
I would get the
Let's
binding.
talk about this later.
Okay.
Let's talk about how maybe we'll read
It's
this.
important to
maybe
you.
you're important to me, and
I
I'm
know,
thinking
I know.
maybe
I'm
I'll
just
share
saying.
this with you. There are parts of it that might embarrass
You hold
me
that
a
close
little
to your
bit.
heart. I know. You hold
Yeah,
it
I
close to your
carry
heart,
this
though.
book with me wherever I go, and
That's what
actually,
I'm saying. That's what I'm just looking out for you. Just the binding. That's all. Nothing changes.
Well, I have a rubber band for
feel-
now.
you know how
So
I
it
am
is.
with you.
It would be
Love
my suggestion to you to get yourself any type of journal and just write, dude. Just write. I mean, there's a book out there. It's called "Write It Down, Make It Happen." And whether you believe it or not, to my opinion, it's not hocus pocus. I believe that if you lay something out and you set an intention and you approach it with clarity, that it's not just the universe that's listening. It's your body language. It's the language that you use when you speak to people.
You push it on me a lot. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Like when he complains, how you doing? Oh, I'm like, don't talk that way.
I know, but once in a while I get those things.
But you realize you're just nourishing
I understand.
the pain.
I just got to express it. But then, you know me, I'm most of the time buckled up in that corner.
Well, you're doing a great job. I say it all the time. You're the strongest man I know. But I think that the language that we use, it's a great line in The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer that says, would you speak to a friend or a loved one the way you speak to yourself?
You're one of those people that don't like to give out so much, and everything just a roundabout. You give and take, give.
Yeah, I mean, I don't give for selfish reasons.
No, not at all. Not at all. You do it for your heart.
I firmly believe when you need the most, when you're lacking the most, the best thing that you can do is give. So I have this journal, but then I have some other really great journals. So this one is a gratitude book. It's Rhonda Byrne's. It's the only journal I could find by Rhonda Byrne, and there's some writing in it, and then there's all kinds of writing, meaning she writes, and there's all kinds of blank pages for you to write. Now, one common thread amongst probably in the hundreds of self-help gurus and advisors that I've listened to and read, gratitude is the number one, is to be able every morning to list between 3 and 10 things that you're grateful for as your day takes off.
And it can be repetitive, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful that I can walk. I'm grateful for,
Yeah.
This is another one.
That one's made. That book's cool.
Yeah,
this is good looking.
This is really cool because always I like things that have meaning behind them. And the meaning behind this book is, yes, I did start. I started this one recently, and it's a gratitude. So this is Monday, September 9th, 2024.
About that book is so cool.
Yeah. Is that Lizette left for Croatia, and Jeannie Irvin gave Lizette this journal. So if you're interested, she got it on Amazon. It was only, I think it was $35, and I agree with you. It's a very special book that holds deep meaning. Other than
and it's it's sharp looking. It's good to put on the table. I mean, you don't want nobody to read it, but
yeah. This one is really cool. This one I just got for Christmas this year from my nephew Tommy, who I love. It's titled Musings, and it comes with 3 books. And the first book is titled Bright Ideas. The second book is titled Note to Self. And the third book is titled Mindful Moments. So we'll see what we can do with this.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and honey, maybe we can start doing this stuff together. We could start doing these journal entries together.
I should, because it sounds very interesting. So
there's that. And I think that's it for, this is the
we don't talk about this either,
Sethi.
so this is live. I don't.
Are you learning a lot?
Yeah, I mean, that's you. Yeah. Well, look at me. I'm like, you know how I love learning.
Yeah. You'll love this one. Ramit Sethi is a really great financial guru. He wrote a book called I Will Teach You How to Be Rich. And he's probably in his mid-30s now. Ramit Sethi.
How to be rich. You know, right? Who is that?
I Will Teach You How to Be Rich. So he had a show on Netflix, but I have to say his show on Netflix doesn't really represent the value and the plethora of knowledge in his book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And I don't care what age you are, but most notably, if you're under the age of 30, it is the best financial book I've ever read. And later on in segment 3, we're going to go over his rules. He has 10 rules for a rich life.
All right.
And it's not just material success. Although I will say, if you ask a person,
if
right?
they're rich or poor.
Well, there's
rather be rich
saying,
or poor. I've been rich, I've been poor. I'd rather be rich.
Yes.
I'm
sorry. And I can't, of course, remember off the top of my head who said it, but it was once said, and it was a famous actress, maybe it was Doris Day, is I've been rich and I've been poor. And I'm much happier being rich. Now,
Give me the book.
I'll tell you this also is that tell that to a broke person.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
I know.
It's not about
babe,
being
I've
able
been
to.
there. We all been there.
Yeah, sure.
We
Well,
all
we
been
just
there.
built a house and went way over budget, and we're like, whoo, pump the brakes. So anyway, Ramit Sethi we'll get back to.
Okay.
So this is all really fun stuff. And I guess the moral of my story is to journal, to write things down and make sure that you don't obsess over the process of journaling. In other words, don't waste so much time journaling that you're not out there living life. My sister once said to me, like, Patti, stop reading self-help books and get out there. You could write a self-help book and live your life. And another really fun thing that I should say fun thing. It's a really great story is that I had ended up at Kripalu in Lenox, I believe it's Lenox, Massachusetts. And it's a retreat center. It's called Kripalu. And I saw Deepak Chopra there, who I love. And his 21-day meditation series, they're all brilliant. But I got to the seminar, I'm in the front row, and I remember I was sitting down, and there's probably a couple hundred people there. And he said, okay, everybody, get out your workbook. And the first page, he said, draw a circle, make a pie. And in this piece, write what you want financial, write this, what you want spiritual, romantic, and I remember stopping and I looked up through my forehead and I was like, the gods are going to come down and say, if you write down one more time what you want out of life, right? I don't know what we're going to do. We already know what you want out of life. So stop writing, start living. And when I wrote this initial journal, right, I feel like this is all I ever really needed. Obviously, we have to edit things down based on our lifestyle changes and circumstances. Too. Yeah. But guys, we're going to wrap up segment 2. This has been so much fun. I hope you're not getting bored hearing all about me.
Well, I'm learning more and more too.
Yeah, hopefully in some way this is inspiring you. So don't go away, guys. We'll see you for the third segment on The Good Soul. Hey there, busy women in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. This is for you. If you've been struggling with fatigue, stubborn weight gain, restless nights, or gut issues that just won't quit, it's time to stop guessing and start healing. Kimberly is an integrative health practitioner and helps women uncover the root causes of their health challenges so they can feel energized, balanced, and truly alive again. Let's get to the bottom of what's holding you back. Book your free health strategy call today at KimberlyFlebby.com because you deserve to feel amazing every day. Hey guys, welcome back to The Good Soul, episode 45, titled Intentions, Manifestations, and All Things Self-Help. So baby, the opposite of gratitude would be what?
You just told me.
Fear. That's right, fear. So in my mid-30s, as we're going through all of these stories of my trials and tribulations and triumphs, I came across a book called Eat, Pray, Love by a brilliant author and probably one of my most inspirational figures, Elizabeth Gilbert. She's a force among women. In her second best-selling book titled Big Magic, she wrote an excerpt on fear, and I want to share it with you because it's one of my favorite readings. It's a letter to fear. Dearest Fear, creativity and I are about to go on a road trip together. I understand you'll be joining us because you always do. I acknowledge that you believe you have an important job to do in my life and that you take your job seriously. Apparently, your job is to induce complete panic whenever I'm about to do anything interesting, and may I say, you are superb at your job. So by all means, keep doing your job if you feel you must. But I will also be doing my job on this road trip, which is to work hard and stay focused. And creativity will be doing its job, which is to remain stimulating and inspiring. There's plenty of room in this vehicle for all of us, so make yourself at home. But understand this. Creativity and I are the only two who will be making decisions along the way. I recognize and respect that you are part of this family, and so I will never exclude you from activities, but still, your suggestions will never be followed. You're allowed to have a seat, you're allowed to have a voice, but you're not allowed to have a vote. You're not allowed to touch the road maps, you're not allowed to fiddle with the temperature, dude, you're not even allowed to touch the radio. But above all else, my dear old familiar friend, Fear, you are absolutely forbidden to drive.
I know.
It's powerful stuff.
Yeah, that's heavy stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it gets in the way of a lot.
Well, yeah, and you can also use fear in a lot of different ways, too. Fear's a motivator, too, almost.
How has fear motivated you in your life?
I boxed long time ago. And,
okay.
It's not that you're scared. You're going to get hit. You don't want to get knocked out.
Box like Mike Tyson.
No. Bite my thumb.
Bite your thumb.
Yeah, bite my thumb.
Wait, I have a question.
It's not fear. It's I don't know how to explain it because I'm not being a jerk. I'm not scared. No, but
no, I noticed that. Well, I remember one time the kids. Rachel thought somebody was at her window throwing stones. It was 2:30 in the morning, and he just walked out of the house. I'm like, I would be under the bed calling 911. He literally just walked out of the house. You are not afraid.
And
it's very impressive.
It does. I'm just saying sometimes like that. If you feel, I'm going to live. I'm not dying, or it's just.
What about your MS?
That's kind of fear, right?
What about your MS?
Yeah, overcoming that. It was scary, especially when you didn't know what it was. That's fear, and it motivates. Oh, you know what? I ain't gonna let it do it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in bed for a long time.
Yeah, but look at you now.
Yeah, wheelchair the whole night, but I'm doing it.
Okay, so 2025, and we have to learn to be self-starters, right? So what do? We make resolutions. So I'm going to go over with you guys a list of resolutions that are most popular to combat, right?
Last word, did we say how long? I thought it was even shorter.
80%, they say by January 17th.
Wow, that's statistic. Go ahead.
Okay, so the number one resolution for most people is to save more money. That's 21% of us. Number 2, eat healthier. That's 19% of us. Number 3, exercise more. That's 17% of us. Number 4, lose weight. I think those 3 go hand in hand, but lose weight is 15% of us. Number 5, spend more time with family and friends. That's 14% of us. And number 6, this shocks me because I didn't think many people did, but number 6 is quit smoking, which I thought was interesting. And that is, of course, among the final 9% of us. So I wanted to start working back because one of my panic buttons is money. That when I have enough money in the bank, I am calm, I'm cool, and I'm going to revert back to Ramit Sethi because when I don't have enough money in the bank, I panic. But the beauty of this is I have a husband who panics even more, right? Who panics even more. So I just want to go over with you, just to give you a little bit of a teaser of Ramit Sethi's book on for the rules for money. And I have to get to it, guys. You got it. Sorry. Where am I?
It's not fear of losing it.
Fear of losing it. I lost my rules for money. They're here somewhere. What did I do with them? All right, maybe I don't have them with me. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, everybody.
Move on, kiddo.
They're here. I have them.
All right, then.
Ramit Sethi's money rules. Number 1, always have 1 year of emergency fund in cash.
100% believe it.
So that would be a month's worth of expenses.
Yes.
Number 2, save 10% and invest 20% of your gross income minimum. That's gross income, not net income. So that's after tax. Number 3, pay cash for large expenses, engagement rings, weddings, dream honeymoons. 20% down minimum on a house. Yeah. Number 4, never question spending money on books, appetizers, health, or donating to a friend's charity fundraiser. In other words, if you've heard the latte factor, he does not believe in the latte factor. He believes that if you want to have a latte every day or an egg sandwich from the Trump Bakery every day, you should be able to have that. You should be able to enjoy your life.
But instead of having a latte and a bacon sandwich, you just had the bacon sandwich.
Well, that too.
Sausage, bacon, cheese on it.
Well, the latte doubles the price.
The Manny.
Number 5, business class on flights over 4 hours. Interesting. Number 6, no limit on spending for health, personal trainer, or education. Number 7, buy the best and keep it for as long as possible.
Good. That's me. 100%. I believe in that.
Yeah.
You know I do.
Number 8, earn enough to work only with people that I respect and I like. I love that one. Number 9, marry the right person. Whoa, isn't that the truth? Yeah, that's a good one. Number 10, prioritize time outside of the spreadsheet. In other words, don't constantly have your nose.
Seems like common sense things, but they should be said. If you say them, then you realize them more.
Yeah.
Because to me, they're all, I agree.
How do you feel about do any of these really resonate with you? Those?
No, I just, everything, that's what I believe.
Yeah. Are you inspired to read Ramit's book?
Yeah, of course now.
Yeah.
Especially now. Well, we could always leave it in the reading room.
Do you want to hear? I'm really exposing myself.
That one?
The reading room, aka the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to hear my goals?
Of course I do.
Okay,
baby.
so these goals are typed out and written in my favorite font because that's delightful to me. And I have 16 goals written down. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 15 goals. Before I begin reading my goals, what I'll say to myself is I greatly welcome all positive experiences and outcomes in my life, including, I'm going to say it again, guys, I greatly welcome all positive experiences and outcomes in my life, including, and now I will list my goals. Manny and I have a loving, respectful, and fulfilling relationship. Manny and I are healthy and will live into the triple digits faithfully. Credit cards and debts are all paid off. I live in a world, I have a world famous inspirational podcast. I have a successful yoga studio, spin program, teacher training, workshops, and event programs. Number 6, I have a series of successful New York Times best-selling self-help books. Number 7, I am very well respected and an impactful U.S. Senator and possible presidential candidate. I never told you that one. I'm not going to say the numbers. I have blank dollars invested and a blank amount home and blank amount in the bank. I have an 830-point credit score. Number 10, 2023 is full. Oh, 2025 is...
We're going backwards, huh?
Oh, no, 2023, meaning our house, is paid in full, equipped with our finished basement, pool house, stunning decor, landscaping, and filled with all the love in the world.
Okay.
Number 11, Manny and I go on 2 good trips a year using our passport for one of the 2. Number 12, build Good Soul its own awesome building. Number 13, we have a 12-car garage with all of our favorites. And I actually have a sketch of that.
There you go.
Number 14, we are golf members at Trump. We're just sports members right now. Just for the F of it. Number 15, I have reached the $1 billion mark in net worth. What do you say? You like that?
Oh,
how do you like them apples?
I love those apples.
God, I'm really exposing myself here. But listen, guys.
That's heavy right there. A lot of stuff.
The sky is the limit. And if you were to walk into a deli and order, you would not just order a sandwich, guys. You would order a detailed version. You'd order a pastrami on rye. Right, exactly what you want.
What you want to put down your body.
Yes, and so here it is. So guys, don't go away. Segment 4, we're going to tie this all up and we're going to explore some methods for you to uncover all of your dreams, manifestations, and make them happen in 2025. So don't go away. Who isn't looking to get happy and healthy and empower themselves in an extraordinary fitness community? At Good Soul Hot Yoga, we offer life-changing yoga, strength training, cycling, and relaxing therapeutic classes that will make everything in your life feel better. For some power, balance, and peace of mind, we will deliver. Come experience our spa-like wonderland in the center of Mooresville. We will become your happy place. Welcome back, everybody, to the Good Soul episode 45, titled Intentions, Manifestations, and All Things Self-Help. So I love rituals and things that have spiritual meaning, and probably one of the most powerful things that I got to do when I lost my father was clean out his desk in his office. My father owned his tire business, was celebrating 60 years the year he passed, and it still lives on to this day. And really, 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 really powerful what I found. Folded up, it was a ditto. It was like a Xerox copy. And it was a poem titled Don't Quit. So Don't Quit was written by a man named Edgar A. Guest, and I thought I would share it with you on this last segment. Don't quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile but have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, and every one of us sometimes learns. And many a fellow turns about when he might have won had he stuck it out. Don't give up. The pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when the night came down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of clouds of doubt. And when you never can tell how close you are, it may be near when it seems far. So stick to the fight when your hardest hit, and when things seem worse, you still must not quit. Thank you, Dad.
No, that's heavy. I love it. I love it. Keep on reaching. No matter what. You get kicked down, pulled up, pull it. Keep on reaching. Keep on reaching. It's always right there.
Well, the point of it, too, and I'm sure you've seen the cartoon of the diamond miner who dug, and then sold the diamond mine. And then
they just dug a little more, and then
they dug a little bit more.
That's what I'm saying. It's always it's right there. Just keep on going. Just
you must persist.
Keep on pushing. Keep on pushing.
Yeah. Well, what was it, Thomas Edison? There were 10,000 tries. I mean, persistence to me is another, along with gratitude, and we can name a bunch of other stuff.
Failure comes with everything.
Yeah, failure.
That's how you get ahead.
Failure comes with everything. It's how you get ahead, and it also gives you an appreciation for the norm, for the status quo. Yeah. And it kind of is along the same lines of like what I always say, like if you're chewing in the middle of the night and I'm like, ugh, I always think the first thing I would miss about you if you went away, I would, do anything to hear you chewing, right? It's the same part of your brain.
No, don't get me going though.
So let's talk about things that we can do to combat breaking our New Year's resolutions. I have 8 things.
Let's hear them, kiddo.
Tell me what you think. Set specific goals. Instead of vague resolutions, define clear and specific goals. For instance, instead of saying get fit, specify exercise 30 minutes, 5 days a week. This gives you a direction to follow. So, and everybody has their method. If you have a journal you love, to open it every day, check boxes. Some people need to get up, drink their cup of tea, look out the window. I never have the time in the morning. I mean, I have to be at the studio pretty early. So it's like a fantasy for me able to sit and sip tea in the morning.
I never saw anything like it. You fall asleep fast, you wake up fast, everything you do is just, fast.
I'm great at my routines.
Yeah, and like you said, don't knock out. You sit right up. When you're in a dead sleep, all of a sudden 2 seconds later, you just sit up. Hey, and like, I'm like, holy, you just opened your eyes.
And you're mean when you wake up. He's so mean when he wakes up. He's like, he's like a bulldog.
I'm telling you, it's like I got to start the days all over. Anyway, another guy.
Oh,
yeah, it's all about jolly and good times now.
Of course. Number 2, break it down. Divide your larger resolutions into manageable steps. This makes it easier for you to track your progress and keeps you motivated to achieve each mini goal. So small victories, guys, that's big. Steps. Rome was not conquered in a day. We must remember that. Although I will say I'm one of those people who's pretty good at making radical changes. Like if I say I'm going on a health kick, I can do that the next day and stick to it. Not always, but many of the successful breakthroughs I've had in my life have been forced radical decisions that I've made. Number 3, write it down. Write it down. Write it down. So document your resolutions and place them somewhere visible. Writing helps you solidify your intentions as serves as a daily reminder of what you're striving for. So I want to kind of take a little bit of a detour for write it down and talk to you about 12 magical nights.
12 magical nights.
Here's a fun ritual for you to consider.
Crazy days of Christmas.
12 magical nights. So, okay, the 12 magical nights. Number 1, determine your 12 wishes for 2025 and write each individual wish on a separate piece of paper. Number 2, fold the papers and put them into a jar of some kind or container. You should not be able to see what is written on each piece of paper. Number 3, each night, take one piece of paper out of the jar. Don't look at it. Hold it, meditate on it, and burn it. Again, don't look at it. As you burn each wish, know that the universe is responsible for making it come true. On the final night, take the last piece of paper out of the jar and read it. This is the only wish that you are responsible for coming true. As you ensure that you handle one wish, the universe will take care of the rest. So 12 magical wishes, 12 magical nights. 12 magical wishes and 12 magical nights. To me, is powerful. He's looking at me with a funny face, but this is the kind of stuff.
I know you. I understand. You like the sage. You like to bury the pictures under the foundation and stuff like that.
Well, we have a very beautiful.
I'm not knocking you, but hey, I didn't. I'm just a little different.
Yeah, no. I'm very superstitious.
Each their own, Yeah,
I was raised Roman Catholic. That is absolutely my foundation. The Bible, I have, of course, my Bible in a year that I like to read. Okay, so let's move on. Number 4, this is my version of a vision board. I have pictures in my journal, but create a vision board. I'm a firm believer in the vision board.
Visuals.
Number 5, this is big. Find an accountability partner or a coach or some type of app, something that's going to hold you accountable on a consistent basis. It's always been really helpful for me. Number 6, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress no matter how small. This positive reinforcement can help you stay engaged and motivated for the long haul. Number 7, adjust as needed. This is big. Be flexible and be ready to adjust your resolutions. You'll find that if you find they aren't working or your priorities change, life is dynamic and your goals should reflect that. As they say, we plan, God laughs. So be adaptable and know that all that is normal. We have to know that and not be put down or beaten down by that.
I agree.
Last one, practice positive self-talk. Cultivate a positive mindset using affirmations and encouraging self-talk. Remind yourself of your capabilities and past successes to boost your confidence and commitment to your resolutions. These strategies can help you not only set your resolutions effectively, but also stick to them throughout the year. Good luck, everybody.
Affirmations.
So again, I just want to go over with you guys some things that have really helped me tremendously. I talked to you about Ramit Sethi's book.
Money Man.
Of course, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Laugh it up if you want.
Oh, I don't laugh it. I'm saying powerful. The Money Man.
Yeah. Oh, the Money Man. Yeah. But Rhonda Byrne is really big, very powerful. Also, The Power is her follow-up to The Secret. Also fantastic. Project 369 is also a really great manifestation book. Just Google the name of it and see if you can't find it. They sell it on Amazon, but it's really great. It's a lot about numerology. And again, a lot of superstitious stuff not everybody's into. But hey, Radically Content, the journal. I haven't opened this and used it yet, but Radically Content, also great. The Artisan Soul. My old massage therapist, Johanna, recommended it to me. One of my favorite books that I've ever read, the most inspirational. Of course, Sacred Space, if you're into home decor and, again, ritual and that sort of thing. Sacred Space has been very helpful to me. Denise Lynn wrote Sacred Space. Pretty much anything by Oprah. This is the Living the Life You Want journal. As they say what you will about Oprah. I will have what she's having. It seems to be working out for her. Any Bible, to me, any Bible, no matter what your religion, any Bible, any passages, it's a great piece of work. I would argue the best piece of work of all time. And of course, this one, the Daily Great List Journal, I got this years ago and I've yet to start it. And I think for me, for this year, this might be the book that I start with. So you guys have all heard my intentions. I opened myself up and read them to you.
You did.
And
you did.
I hope that y'all do the same. Get specific, get detailed. And just remember, one last thing, I'm going to leave you on this note. Tips to feel good.
Okay,
Find a thought or memory that always seems to brighten your mood and make that default thing you can always go back to whenever you catch yourself feeling worry, concern, or frustration, impatience, or any kind of negative emotion. Number 2, most importantly, do random acts of kindness. Number 3, watch a funny or positive video. I love that. I always have my go-tos. Another really great video, Will Smith on Happiness, is a 9-minute video on YouTube, one of the best. Number 4, take a walk. Will Smith on Happiness on YouTube. Number 4, take a walk in nature if possible. Number 5, expect good things to happen, but don't put a deadline on it, right? Number 6, smile. Smile.
Always smiling, kid.
Yep. And number 7, write down what you want and focus on why you want it and make it happen. Yes. Listen, guys, it really is all in your hands. Harness your power, curate your life. And let's not forget that there are people who are going through incredibly rough times, as we've been, as he has, as I have. Best wishes go out to you all. Best wishes, and just know that the sun will rise again. And I say this to every student in every class. I'm going to say it to you today. If you are helpless or hopeless or addicted, sad, scared, you email, text the studio. And if we can help you guys, we will get you the help you need. There is hope, and you're not alone.
I know.
So guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the show. All the best wishes for a happy, fulfilling, and successful 2025 from our heart to yours. Would you like to add anything?
No, you know me. I sit back, you do the talking, girl. Happy holidays. That's all I say.
Happy holidays. Happy 25. Thank you for being here on The Good Soul, and all great things ahead for the years ahead. So best wishes.
Reach for the stars.
Yeah.